This playthrough is rated E for everyone. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Snoopy's Grand Adventure. That jazzy theme, you know what it means. It means we're off for another adventure into Snoopy's imagination. We go to the outfield grove where we collect more jelly beans as we chase after our human and his friends, and we need to give them all the jelly beans we can. We also need to find all the Woodstockians and their Boy Scouty-ishness. Anyway, yes, welcome back. Peanuts, more peanuts! We must have fun and excitement and jazz. Yes. Actually, I like jazz. It's not my favorite type of music, but I definitely see the appeal of it. Well, I guess you could say that with most music, but
You
I
found
think
a
it
new
works
Snoopy
with this because
costume. Each costume has a unique Snoopy power.
Temple of
You can
Bunnies,
change
huh?
into a costume with this box, or change out of a costume if you want.
Okay. Let's dive into the box of costumes, shall we? Ta-ta! We are a Boy Scout, or whatever they call it in the... Oh, does this allow us to climb? Oh! That's how you... Okay. And so I can go back to old levels and collect all the beans now that I've... And then we can swap out if we really want to. Why would I not want to? Let me see. Do we lose some abilities? Okay, we can't hover. I think all we do is learn to climb. Okay. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So it allows us, so each, it kind of, actually this really reminds me of, was it Mickey's Grand Adventure on the, or, no, wasn't it Castle, or was it Castle Illusion? It was one of those old Mickey games back on the NES, or NES state, sorry, my controller's still kind of wonky. One of the big things about that game was that Mickey would change outfits, so in each area, when he got a new outfit, he would have new powers and stuff like that. So, pretty neat. That makes sense. That gives the platformer a lot more options for. I'm sorry. Like I said, my controller's a little whoopy. But it gives the platformer a bit more something to work on. So it's not just, hey, we platform. You got to maybe use some tricks or some weird outfits or something like that to. So that way we can go back to old levels.
Can you find the rest
So
of
if we
the
want
troop?
to, so if we want to rescue all the Beagle Scouts, for example, and after we unlock certain costumes, we can you know, save all of them and stuff like that. So okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I was kind of wondering if the game wanted us to. Okay, we want to go back and collect it. I want to try and collect as many. I probably won't show me going back and recollecting everything off screen, but I'm gonna try to collect as much stuff as I can while exploring these levels. Of course, I'll try. I'll try my darndest. Okay. Let's put those stuff. Sadly enough, folks, I'm actually not a big fan of jelly beans in real life. I mean, they're okay. Obviously, I'd probably say differently if I was being sponsored by Jelly Beans. Hey, if Jelly Beans wants to sponsor me, I'll say that Jelly Beans are awesome. I'm just kidding, but still, like, they're not bad. Jelly Beans aren't bad candy. It's just not my favorite, you know. Although I do prefer, oh, what's the word? I do prefer, flavored candies like fruit flavored candies like Skittles, Starburst, and stuff like that. Not a big fan of straight out chocolate. I mean, I'll eat chocolate, but I prefer weaker chocolate like milk chocolate as opposed to dark chocolate. Ooh, that is an approved taste by specific people. But you know, hey, to each his own, right? There's so many options in the world. Why stick to one? If you like chocolate, take that chocolate. If you like that fruit flavored candy, why eat that fruit flavored candy? I'm not judging. Got too many judgeroos around here. We gotta. And actually, you know what the snakes remind me of? They remind me of the. I don't know if kids would remember, but the snakes the design of those snakes kind of remind me of the vultures from the Jungle Book, which were based off of the Beatles. For those who don't know, which I don't know why you shouldn't. I'm not judging, but you should definitely check out some Beatles. Man, danky controller. But anyway, they were designed to look like the Beatles, and Walt Disney wanted the Beatles to actually voice the characters. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Actually, can I use my? I might try to use the. Oh, that's kind of annoying to use though. Come on back, platformer. Come on, you can do it. Ah, what? Ah. Oh. No, well, maybe I can get around and. Can I like find a way to jump over there without getting on that? No. Dang it. All right. Let's go back there and. Ah, schmoobles. There we go. That'll be a word I'll use. Just trying to make up new types of words. Nah. I like to try and use maybe the directional pad, but that's not as comfortable for my fingers. All right, that's gonna come back here. Aha. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do when your controller's kind of a little iffy. I'm just so lazy. I don't want to go. Or I'm just so cheap. I don't want to go buy another controller. You know what that's like, right? But anyway, oh yeah, back to my. Oh, there's a whole place where I could. I think I had to unlock that from like a specific door or something like that. But back to my story about the Jungle Book of the Beatles. Anyway, Walt Disney, the famous Walt Disney of Walt Disney Studios, wanted the Beatles to voice him. He was actually, one of the weird things, he was the first proponent of, you know how, like, if you watch any animated movie or show now, like, they have to have, like, some celebrity, like, voice actor of some sort, or actually most of them now are well-known celebrities voice most of the cast, but Walt Disney was one of the first proponents of having celebrity voice characters. Like you would have your voice actors voice whoever in the movie, but then you would have like one role being voiced by like a famous celebrity who didn't usually voice who didn't normally voice stuff in shows, like someone who was, you know how you get like some celebrities who do voices all the time. Well, think of back in the day, like a very famous person who never did voicing or voice acting work at all, and then just someone said, hey, you want to voice like a pig in like a movie or something like that, and they're like, yeah, sure, it'll be fun, you know. And but they weren't part of like a union, or they weren't they didn't do voicing at all. Like, it was just that one-time thing. But yeah, Disney was like one of the first proponents of having celebrity voices in cartoons. Interesting enough. I guess we just saw the idea, the possibility of fans of certain people watching a movie because someone was in it, just even if it was only for a few seconds. And that's true of today. If you have a certain actor or voice actor in a role, most people will be more than willing to check out the movie because yeah, I just realized there's a faster way to, because Snoopy seems to auto grab the vines if he's in his park ranger form. Hey, believe it or not, I was actually a Boy Scout too when I was in my younger days. Whoa! Snoopy's gonna get a little sick from that, especially if it's jarring like that. So that's how we're supposed to get down there. Oh, no, it's down. Okay. Just missing all these jelly beans today. Must have my fix. Okay, so we've climbed that already. Let's go back that way. Yeah, not a fan of the game. Just, although it's not the worst I've seen in terms of like just the game forcing an immediate like what's the word? Like jarring, I think is the word I'm gonna use. That's not too bad. Whoa! Watch out there. But I actually used to be a Boy Scout for until I turned 18. Unfortunately, I was just too lazy and didn't get my Eagle Scout. If I had, I probably would have had a lot more better prospects, because a lot of people, if you're an Eagle Scout, you're on high in consideration list when it comes to like jobs and stuff like that, because they know you're a hard worker. I fell flat. I didn't do the big. Every Boy Scout's required to do like some massive like public works project to just like an area, like you do either small work for a school or
you found a beagle
or something like that. You know, you're basically just helping a community out by starting. Ah, no, come on, we can get back. We can get back. We can get those jelly beans. We can do it. We can do it. Come on. I think I missed it. Oh, I missed so many because I fell. No. How could you do this to me, Snoopy? I thought we were friends. Actually, can I go back even though Can I go back and grab them still? Let's find out. Like, can I reactivate It looks like one of those peanut brittle, like, boxes. Oh, we can. Oh, good. Okay, the game's nice to me. I mean, not that that was annoying or anything. It's just, I was just like, oh, cool. Ah! Hey. Did it. The world would have been lost if we had collected all those jelly beans. Hey, man. Jelly beans are an institution, man. I notice this level's taking a bit longer than usual. Probably because I'm actually trying to collect everything this time instead of, Thinking I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if they added more, like good games, you start out kind of slow, like maybe the levels are pretty easy, and then slowly but surely you start yeah, I bet we, when we get the next key, we can unlock whatever lets us get past those, doors with the old-fashioned, old-timey, thieves mask on, or whatever you want to call it, you know, something like the Hamburger would have worn. Although, I guess technically the Hamburger still wears it, even though the Hamburger is now a real person or something like that. Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe they changed it, but there was a time, like, this was just for... Come on, controller, don't do this. Oh, we're almost done with the... See, it keeps wanting to, like, go to the left, I've noticed my controller does.
You found a Beagle Scout.
The left analog stick must be a bit busted. Alright, well, let's finish this level. Like I said, you can't get all the jelly beans because you got to go back through old levels and unlock costumes. So it gives you a reason to go back and re-explore old levels. So that's kind of neat. That's a good. Oh, what's the word? That's a good sign of not design. What's the word? Maybe it is game design where it gives you maybe replayability. I don't know if this game has like like a secret ending. I doubt it does, but you know, like maybe you get something extra for finding, other than it being achievements. But anyway, let's tackle the next level. Snoopy's ready to go, and we don't have to worry about inner monologue from Snoopy because, well, he talks, but not with his mouth. He talks with his imagination. Kids could learn from Snoopy. Although that brings up a point from an old episode. I never completed my thought on it, but I'm a big proponent that Snoopy maybe changed Peanuts for the worst in the original show, and I mean, if you like Snoopy, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying I think the show focused too much on Snoopy as a character in later comics. Because if you watch the show or read the strip, you notice that as soon as Snoopy slowly but surely started just like taking up all the picture space and just all the scenes from the just anything. Like he was just taking up all the room. So I don't know. I felt like the show deviated from the kids when Snoopy was involved. You know, like, and he just takes up more and more of the print. Well, I mean, at the time, obviously the
You found a Beagle Scout. Can you
comic strip
find the
is no
rest of the
longer
troop?
around anymore, or because you know, the rest in peace, Charles Schultz. He passed away a few years ago, so gave us some great memories, man. At least for me. I don't know about modern kids, and it's understandable. Every generation's gonna have their idols and stuff like that. Man, this controller's just wonky. I can't blame the game because it's too simple to be the game's fault, you know. So if there's any like weird like controller things going on right now, just say it's my controller, or say I'm terrible at platformers. I don't know, one of the two. But we want to have a happy environment with this game. You know, we don't want to make it bad with something like this. You know, this kind of reminds me of jumping on stuff to get from like one area to the next. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Brothers when you can't get those without the costume. Super Mario Brothers when you have to like make Yoshi fall into a pit to get to the end of the level. Talk about cruelty to animals, but we're not being cruel to animals in this game. We're just give them some NyQuil and let them go to sleep. You know? Although, what kind of bat has like big Actually, it looked like that bat looked like it had baseball mitts as a. I think that's what they're going for. Like maybe a reference to since Charlie Brown plays baseball. Maybe. He's not very good at it, but he tries. Those jelly beans. At least luckily now that we know that we don't have to stress out getting all those jelly beans if we miss them. We can just kind of take our time. And I've noticed the game does show you like what you're missing. Like at the bottom of the screen, it shows you like try to collect 8 or 6 or whatever it is by the time this is over. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. For those who want to collect everything. If you don't want to, you can just run through the level. Although if you're playing a platformer, it's you kind of need to collect everything because I mean it's too simple to like not try. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if you're playing like what was that for probably for knocking up somebody, jumped on 3 enemies without touching the ground. I'm skilled. Oh wow! So as soon as the analog stick like gets hit to the left, it's just going to start slowly going to the left without. Ooh. Houston, we have a problem. Bad controller. Oh, come on! Come on, Snoopy. Get your helicopter into the game. I'm trying to grab this. No! Get it! Get that vine. Tarzan it up. You know, Phil Collins will come in and start singing.
You found a Beagle Scout.
I like how all the Beagle Scouts have their own unique name. Anyway, let's keep going. Alright, can't get in there. So, yeah, I bet that's like maybe Thief Snoopy or Steak Snoopy or Purple Pumpernickel Snoopy. Or whatever the name of that famous thief in books. Is it the Purple Pumpernickel? Or Purple something? I'll have to look it up. It's a really old story, like most modern people wouldn't even know about it. So, I mean, they make references to him in a lot of like, not spy flicks, like thief flicks. We don't get enough of those nowadays. Like the whole, not that stealing's good, just maybe I should bite my tongue on that. Something to talk about later. Anyway, I can't. Gotta concentrate. Must grab all the jelly beans. Yes. It's almost hard to get stressed out at this game, just because. I mean, if there's any annoyance from me, it's just my controller. That's all. But I guess maybe that's what they were going for with the jazz thing. Was like, no, that way you wouldn't have to worry about it. If you messed up. You're like, it's cool, bro. You know, having some like Ruby cat come, it's like, dude, it's all right. If you didn't get those jelly beans. Why did he jump all of a sudden? Is the A button busted on my thing too? Maybe. I didn't even know we could jump on the fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, red fish. Catfish? I don't even remember that little ditty from Dr. Seuss. Another person from my childhood. Alright, let's get back into Ranger Snoopy. Or Boy Scout Snoopy or something. One of those two. I kind of like Ranger Snoopy. That sounds cooler. It's kind of like Ranger Smith from the Yogi Bear cartoons. God, why is my brain like kind of just whacking out? You know, it's just like oh well. Sometimes you just have days like that where you just can't concentrate or whatever. That's fine. Sometimes you just gotta let your brain rest. It doesn't have to be working 24/7. That'll allow me to get back up there. I'm gonna be missing quite a few jelly beans in this episode. Although, really, it almost... Maybe you should only collect enough that you feel like you need to, because we'll have to go back to all these levels anyway to collect all the characters and jelly beans, so... You know. Ow. The fish was nasty. It's like a piranha from the Amazon. Although, weirdly enough, piranhas are bad. Well, are nasty, but they're not as dangerous. Okay, let's see if we can skip kind of a lot of this because I want to get those jelly beans and everything. And I didn't jump properly. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to get that one without whatever that costume changes, or being out of costume. Actually, I wonder if I can just go back. I don't know where I can. Maybe. I wonder if he does that. I wonder if it does that that whistle thing, or if that's just a musical theme for the changing of the outfit. No, okay, never mind. I can't get there even with the costume change. All right, let's keep going. Like, different costumes have different, like, sounds. You know, like the Ranger or the Boy Scout one would have the whistle as in, you know, not a military dog, but, you know, like a... Because, you know, I mean, the Boy Scouts were fun, but they were kind of an organization for studiousness and stuff like that. So it was not quite military, but it did have its feel sometimes. Although it kind of depends on the troop you were a part of. If you were lucky, you were a part of a troop that didn't take itself too seriously, and that you were there for the enjoyment of going camping outdoors, learning like handcrafts and skills. Because there was a lot of good things about the Boy Scouts, as you know, as much as people like might turn their nose at for being a very heavy and well, very heavy-handed sometimes. Like I said, it does depend on the group.
You found a beagle scout.
I had a pretty good group for the most part. Maybe some of the adults were a bit more stricter than others, but overall, it's a very solid group. I wonder what they're up to nowadays. I haven't checked up on them ever since because when you're in Boy Scouts, as soon as you hit 18, you have to pretty much not quit Boy Scouts, but you can't be a regular scout anymore. You have to basically, if you want to still participate, you basically have to become an adult member. That means you don't have to worry about. It means you don't have to do like you don't have to do like all the badge getting and stuff like that anymore. So that's kind of, well, depending on who you are, that's either good or bad. Like, because I mean, each badge taught you, like, tried to teach you a different skill. You know, I mean, there was even a weather badge, and you're thinking, why would I need to learn about the weather? Well, it taught you about, like, missed the jump and have to go all the way back. Well, I don't have to. We get to. We get to go back. But I mean, even the weather badge taught you about, like, cloud formations, like when to be worried about, like, possible rainstorms coming or hurricanes and stuff like that. So you know, you may not think immediately that a badge would be useful, but just think about it. Oh, good, there's a. Okay, so, oh, I could have gone there the alternate way. I like the fact that there's at least different ways of getting from point A to point B. Yeah, you dinky spider. You tried to hit me. You know, when I first read it, when I first like chose this on like one of my mini queues to like get games, I didn't think this game would be. I thought this game would be boring, and I don't know. I mean, I would say it's not the most exciting game that I've ever played, but it definitely has a feel to it that, you know, because so many games like spawned into high pounding action, you know, where your blood is like kind of pumping and gyrating, but this game's just kind of like, you know what, take it easy, you know, you're just collecting those jelly beans. If you don't want to collect all those jelly beans, it's cool, man. Already made a joke about that, about the hippie you're beating it coming in, going, hey man, it's alright. I don't know, just, it's kind of nice not having to worry about it too much. Okay.
You found a beagle scout.
I almost found all the Beagle Scouts without even needing any extra, any extra suits. Well, almost anyway. Alright, let's complete the level. Time to wake up, Snoopy. Or something like that, anyway. That one took a little bit longer because it was kind of, I made too many mistakes. Maybe I should put some batteries into my wireless controller and start using that instead. Oh, and if we finish certain levels, it'll allow us access to the next one. So, What does Snoopy's mind have in more for us? Did this game have any more different challenges or different outfits to unlock? And what about the boys? What are they doing without their jelly beans? They need their jelly beans. Snoopy will get them for you. Find out next time what Snoopy does in the next episode of Snoopy's Grand Adventure. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.